Alright, we are going to continue refining the face, adding details such as the nostril. So let's actually start with object properties, and we're going to make this see-through so we can see through to the details behind. And then as we go in here and we start to make some adjustments to the surface, we're kind of working on getting the flow to match a little bit more with the flow of the surface here. Alright, for now that's good. We're going to continue adding detail. Alright, we've got two triangles right here that we can simply fix by just taking these edges, connecting, and then these edges, and connecting. Now we no longer have any triangles. Alright, so we're going to go to the polygon level and we're going to grab a couple polygons here. Try those as well. That should represent the nostril. So we're going to use extrude, and we're going to use the dialog box so we can control exactly how far that extrusion goes. Alright, the nice thing about doing this with an extrusion is that I end up, keeping my quads, but I also have the ability to kind of smoothly transition this back up into the surface of the nose, as well as getting a nice crease from the back edge of the nostril into the face. So in order to smooth that part of the nose out, we're going to use Paint to Form Relax. Set this back down to 0.5 inches. Alright, it's a little small still. Bring that up, take a look. That's pretty good. Brush strength 0.2 is a good place to start. And then as I brush around on there, you can see the transition there at the upper part of the nostril is going to smooth out pretty nicely. When I'm using the Relax tool, I want to avoid the center line of my mesh because it'll start to pull things away from the center line. Alright, that looks pretty good. Then we'll go back to vertex here. Pull that back into the face a little bit more. And we'll bring that forward a little bit. Create a bit more flatness at the tip of the nose there. And as I look here at the front view, I'm starting to see that quite a bit of this is too far out into the face. So we're going to grab that vertex right there. And then with soft selection, we're going to move this region closer into the center. So we'll get the bulge of the nostril back onto the surface of the nose. Now, it's always nice to check every once in a while and put Turbo Smooth on there and see what this is actually looking like. So I'm going to increase the iterations to 2, and if I turn on Isoline, I actually see just the kind of cage that I have made with the smooth kind of over the top of it. So if I hit F9 or hit the little teapot right here, it's going to render the active viewport. So when we render, we start to see that we're getting a nice smooth face with a nice kind of crease around the side of the nostril there. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to throw the Turbo Smooth away again. I can always work below the Turbo Smooth, but it'll keep my scene a little faster if I just throw it away. So we'll go back to Vertex. In the next video, we will continue adding more detail to the face.